Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be addressing a very common question that I've been asked. How are you sure your ex is not lying on his sister? Okay, so I want to state categorically that I found out that they were the same. They just different flavor of manipulative and abusive people. Now, the first, after she left my matrimonial home, she left because again she had a quarrel with her brother. That's why she left. I didn't quarrel with her, and her brother told me everything that she said behind my back. One of those things that he said, she said, "Oh, bros, try to take care of yourself. Oh, your wife, she's not just a grateful person at all." And that was regarding my mom's funeral. So on this day, one day in 2020, that was when my mother died. In 2021 was when we buried her. We buried her in May 2021. She died in November 2020. So one of these days, I think 2020 or 2021, she came upstairs to me. She was like, Mama, how far the preparation for the burial? And I said, they've brought out the budget. So the budget is about 2.1 million or 3 million. I can't remember how much I said again and how much the budget was again for my mother's funeral. And then she went, "Oh, Mama, don't worry. We will all support you. You know, I'm here to support your husband, your friends in Australia." And I said, if I was working, how much is 3 point something million that I will not be able to bring out to bury my mom, that I'll be expecting everybody to support me before I can bury my mom, you know? And then she was like, "Don't worry, everything's going to be fine." And we just talked and that was it. And then she left. And another time, I can't remember the time that passed in between these two events though. Another time she came and she was like, "Mama, I called your husband." I was like, "Oh, really?" And she said, "Yes, so I called him to send his mother money. But he said that he doesn't have money." I told him that I don't have money too. And he then told me that he just sent money home for his mother-in-law's funeral. That's my mother's funeral. And I was like, "Oh, yes, he did send some money home." I did not tell her the amount. And she then said, "Oh, he didn't tell me how much. Oh, he just told me that he sent money." And I said, "Okay, we just talked." And she left. She went back into the basement. We continued our day. So when she and her brother fell out, no, before that time, before they had a fallout, she came one day. Her brother returned back from work and she came and she was like, her then boyfriend, now husband, just saw somebody that slumped in front of Shoppers Drug Mart and the person just, died. The person died. I was like, in front of Shoppers Drug Mart. There was nobody to do CPR for the person before ambulance could get to the person. She was like, "I don't know, Mama. Now we have to just be checking our blood pressure in this house. Now we have to be checking." So she went downstairs, brought out her blood pressure machine. Her brother was seated. And then she checked the brother's blood pressure. She was like, "Mama, my brother's blood pressure is slightly high, yo. Before you married him, his blood pressure wasn't high, yo." Because I thought that that's how we used to joke. So I just laughed. I said, "Abemona Karon, our blood pressure, they go." And we laughed. And as the brother was going upstairs, I think that's the day, but if I'm missing events, it's just because I can't really remember how it happened. But all of these things I'm saying happened. And his brother was going upstairs and I said, "Babe, did my father call you or my siblings?" And he said, "No." And I said, "Oh, but I already sent them your number. I'm going to call you to thank you for the money you sent to them for the funeral." Then he was like, "Okay." He went upstairs. So after she and her brother fell out, on one particular day, she kept saying, "Today now, I'm going to say everything that he has been saying about everybody. Now, she was saying it. Her now husband, then boyfriend was sitting down. Myself, this girl, and her boyfriend. Now they are married. "I'm going to say everything. Everything's just going to scatter now." She said, even the marriage, what he has been saying about the marriage. So I was like, what did your brother say about the marriage that you want to say? Because you've said this thing like 3 times. She repeated that statement up to 3 times. So I said, what did your brother say? Then I now said something. I said, "Did he tell you that when he's sleeping with me, that I am smelly?" That was what I said. And she said, "Oh, no. Even the boyfriend was like, Jesus, Mama." I said, "No, because she has made mention of this thing 3 times, that she wants to say what he has said about the marriage. So I want to know." I said, "What did he say? What hasn't he said before?" I said, "That would be the only one that he hasn't said, that I have not heard that he has said." Then she said, No, Mama. He just said that he did something for you that you did not appreciate." I was like, in my head, I was like, was that what he said that you have been saying since, that you want to say, everything will just scatter? So I just swept it off under the carpet. I was like, "I beg." So she and her brother quarreled and everything. I didn't get involved in that quarrel. One bit, I did not. She and her brother quarreled, and then she moved out of the house. Like I said, when she was about to move out, I even knelt down and was begging her not to move out. She was like, no, don't worry, I'll be coming to see you. Anyway, she eventually moved out of the house. So one day, you know how you and your husband would just sit down, people would just bring gist. One day, we just sat down, and I said, hey. And I said, hey, I want to ask you this question. I said, because your sister was mentioning something, that she was going to say something that would just scatter the marriage. You have been saying some things about the marriage. And I asked him, I said, what did you do for me that I did not appreciate that you went to complain to your sister about? And he was like, no, Yuri, no, it's not true. My sister was the one that called me regarding your mom's funeral. I was like, regarding my mom's funeral? He now said yes. He now said, oh, that he was out working, that the sister reached out to him and then was like, oh, bros, this your wife's mother's funeral is coming. Please help out. That he now said that he's trying his best. That she now said, because your wife, is like he's really stressing your wife out. So it's like she's really stressing your wife out. That he now said, why is he stressing my wife out? I already sent them money. That she said, you sent them money already? Did you send them money? Did you send them money already? And she's still saying that if she was working, how much is 3.1 million, 3.2 million, that is the budget for the funeral, that she cannot pay by herself, or that she cannot cover on her own. That he now told her, you can see the many them say, that he now told her that, that does my wife think I have money? I actually sent her family 2 million for the funeral. That she now said, oh my God, Jesus, bros, you are trying, no. Bros, you are trying, no. This lady is very ungrateful. This lady is very ungrateful. Oh my God, you are trying. Oh, just take care of yourself, please. Don't stress yourself out. Look after your body. Look after yourself. Because no matter what you do for this girl, she will never appreciate you. He now said, Iyore, I said yes. He said, can you remember the day I came home that she carried blood pressure machine to check my blood pressure? I said yes. He said that was the day that she told me that you said, what is 3 point something million? Can you see how this girl took what I said, twisted it, told the brother? Immediately the brother said that she told him that I said how much is 3 point something million that I cannot cover. I immediately knew that he was telling the truth because I said that thing. I said it. But she took it, twisted it to him as if I was not grateful for the 2.5 million that he sent, a bit 2 million that he sent to my family for the funeral. So he now also said that when, after she finished, if I remember, after she finished checking his blood pressure, that on his way upstairs to our master's bedroom, that I told him that, oh, my family, they will call you, or my siblings and my dad, they will call you to thank you for the money. That if I can remember, that he paused on the stairs and stared at me for some time. That because he was now feeling guilty that, if this girl was ungrateful, why would she tell her family, after thanking me, why would she tell her family to send them my Canadian number, because they had this Nigerian WhatsApp number, send them my Canadian number as well to reach out to me to thank me? That's one event, okay? Because people asked me this question, so I've just said one that made me realize that her brother did not lie on her. Number two was when the divorce started. In June, I attended Spyro's show in June. So I danced with Spyro on the stage because there's this particular song of his that I really love. So I danced with him on stage and everything like that. So when I returned home, that time we just started the choir. We started the choir in May. In June, I think this was June 16th or June 15th or 11th. That's when Spyro came. It was before June 26th anyway, because it was after Spyro's event that her brother then served me separation of agreement. Divorce paper, finally, right after Spyro's event. So anyway, I got back from the show. I was doing my normal thing in the house. When I went on Instagram, I saw that my ex-sister-in-law, her immediate younger brother, my ex-brother-in-law now, reshared my video on his story, because I posted that video of me dancing with Spyro on the stage and singing along with him on the stage, right? I posted that video on my Instagram. So this guy reshared it on his story. And then I was doing something, I was busy. I saw it, I was like, oh, later I will just tell him thank you for resharing. You know how you just thank people for sharing your story. And then later I came back and I was like, hey, let me go and tell this guy thank you for sharing my story. And my post was no longer on his IG story anymore. I was like, oh, he took down the post. I just told myself, I said, so they're already aware that I'm having issues with their son or with their brother. So I just let it pass. I was just like, okay, that's fine. And that was it. June 26th, the brother gave me separation of agreement. July 5th, Kiss Daniel, 2024, Kiss Daniel came to Calgary. I'm telling you how I knew that the brother did not lie on her. I went for Kiss Daniel's show. He took, my ex-husband now, took the children and told him he was going to take them to his office in downtown because that's where he's currently staying as at that time. I said, okay. He now said, if I don't come back on time, the children are going to have to sleep in the office with him because he cannot be driving down to where we live. I said, no, I'll come back on time. I'll come back before 12 midnight. So I left for the show. He took them away. And then by 11:13 or so, I sent him a message saying, oh, I'm on my way back home. Can you please start bringing the kids? And he responded, I told you to be back by 11. This is past 11. I cannot start bringing the kids to you now. And we started to argue on WhatsApp. And I said, okay, whatever, just give me the address. Where are you? Let me come and pick the kids. And he was like, okay, he sent me the address. When he sends the address, it was a Northeast address. And I was shocked. I was like, no, he didn't tell me that he was going to the Northeast. He told me that, they are going to downtown. His office is in downtown. Why is this address Northeast? Anyway, I just told the Uber guy, add this thing up to my trip, and he added it. And when we got there, I rang the bell. It was the sister's house. I was like, why are my children here? I was like, this is not where you told me you were going to bring them. He said to talk, hey, have they given you custody? We started to argue. And then the next thing she said was, oh my God, custody? Are you already talking about custody? What is going on? What is happening? Don't mind her. He was telling her now, the sister, don't just ignore her. Don't worry. I already served the papers. I didn't tell you that. I already served the papers. And then we argued, the police came and they asked my children. That day he lied that day in the presence of my children. He lied that he took them to the office. He was telling me that he took them to the office, that it was later he now brought them to the sister's house. When the police came, they asked my children. My children said, no, they didn't go to the office. They came from my house, where we're living, straight to his sister's house. Anyway, I got home, and that day when we were having the argument, he carried his phone like this and was recording me like this. He was recording me. Look at her now. Look at her. Look at what she's doing. Look at how she's yelling. And then I left the house. I am assuming that he sent that recording of me to Nigeria. He sent it to his family in Nigeria. So after I got home, that was like that was July 6th now. Let me say 2 a.m. July 6th. July 7th, on a Sunday, July 7th, 2024, at about 1 a.m. Calgary time, her immediate younger brother called me. So their younger brother, my ex-sister-in-law's immediate younger brother, called me from Nigeria. He was like, can I talk to you? I said, yes. And then we started to talk. He called me and we're talking. And he said, oh, that he's very sorry. Look at what happened. This same guy was the person that posted my video when I was dancing with Pyro on the stage. So he was not explaining to me the reason why he took down that video. He now said, even that video that you were dancing with Pyro that I posted, it was my sister that reached out to me and told me to take down that video. This was July 7th that we're having this conversation. My sister reached out to me to take down the video. And then I asked her, I said, why are you telling me to take down this video? This girl is family. Because she's having a little issue with her husband. Is that why, our brother, is that why you are asking me to take down the video? And she said, the younger brother, now not my ex-husband, her younger brother, she said, I beg, just take it down. Take it down. That he was just irritated and he was like, I beg, I don't want any wahala. That was why he took down that video. Again, the reason I believe this guy was explaining to me was because he already saw it, that I saw the video on his story already. So he was wanting to explain to me the reason why he brought down that video from his story. Okay. And then during the course of the conversation, I'm not going to go to my ex-husband's side, how he's a liar. That one will be in another video. I'm only telling you why I am very sure that my ex-husband is not lying on the sister. Okay, so in the course of that conversation with her immediate younger brother now on July 7th, I now told him that, look at what I even heard that your sister told my ex-husband's friend, that she told the guy. The guy said that this girl reached out to him and was telling him that Iyore, confided in her that my ex-husband is unable to satisfy me sexually. I was telling the younger brother, I said, look at what I am hearing, that your sister said I confided in her. I never said this into your sister. Why is she lying on me? And her immediate younger brother said, Jesus, that his sister called him in Nigeria and was telling him that it was that guy, that's my ex-husband's friend now in Calgary, that reached out to her, that told her that I told him. I was like, what? I was like, no. This is how we had that conversation. I explained to the boy how myself and this girl and another girl, that's his sister now, and another girl in Calgary whose husband is a realtor. She's also a realtor. That's all the info I can give. How we had this conversation. And the boy was like, that's her younger brother. He was like, oh my God. This is exactly why when I heard that you and bros were having issue, I immediately reached out to my sister to stay clear. Because I know that once she gets involved, a lot of them say, this one has said, the other one has said, we'll just be everywhere. We will not be able to resolve this matter. Her younger brother was the one telling me. What does that tell you? She is known in the family. That's what I'm coming to. She is known by her immediate family and her extended family members that she is a manipulator. She is known as a manipulator. She is known to always twist stories. She is known to always lie. Because the brother said that he reached out to her to tell her, this quarrel that Iyore and Bros that they are having, please stay off this quarrel. Leave them alone. That's your elder's brother's marriage. Don't get involved. Okay, well, after that conversation ended with that guy on July 7th, I went to church. He went on about his life. In November 2024, I don't know what happened, whether I was the one that posted first on WhatsApp or she posted first and then I, shaded her on my WhatsApp status, or I posted first and she shaded me. Anyway, one of us posted and one of us shaded each other on WhatsApp status. And then she called me. I did not answer the call because immediately I knew that they were not trustworthy. Their words cannot be trusted. I started to have conversations with them via voice recordings and text messages or WhatsApp messages only. I do not pick up the phone to call them. No, not even my ex, not her. No. I must have that thing. That thing must be written or it must be recorded. So she called me that day after she saw, I think I was the one that she did that. After she saw my WhatsApp status, I did not pick up the call. So she sent me a voice note. She was not telling me. Remember, she's not aware I had this conversation with her younger brother. Remember, on July 7th. Because the last time I spoke with her in her house was July 5th/6th. So in November, she was not telling me. When she sent the voice recording, you are trying to get me involved in what I am not involved in. You are trying to get me involved in what I'm not involved in. That day at my place, even your ex-husband told you that I was not aware that he has already served you divorce papers. Why are you trying to get me involved? And I told her, I said, you are a liar. Because I also told the brother this thing. Let me go back. I told her younger brother on July 7th, the younger brother in Nigeria, that look at what your sister also said. Your sister said that she's not aware that your brother, my ex-husband now, served me divorce paper. And the brother in Nigeria said, oh my God, what sort of lie is this? Bros already told all of us in Nigeria that he served you divorce papers. We are all aware that Bros has given you divorce paper. Nobody's ignorant. Why is she trying to lie? What's she lying for? He was telling me, why is she lying? What's the reason for this lie? We are all aware. So in November, when she started to claim, I am not aware that he served the papers. He even told you at my place that I was not aware. I now told her, I said, you are a liar. Your younger brother in Nigeria, your immediate younger brother in Nigeria said that your brother told all of them in Nigeria, all his family members are aware that he served me papers. She now kept quiet after I said that. I now told her also, I said, when I went to Spiro's show, you said you are not aware, that you are never involved. You did not get yourself involved in my divorce matter. I should not drag you. I said, then why were you telling your brother to take down my post that he posted on his story? Why were you telling your brother if you are not involved? And she said, hey, let me tell you how that thing happened. This thing I'm telling you is recorded. I have the recordings. She has the recordings as well. She said, let me tell you what happened. When I saw that my brother posted your video on his story, I now sent him a message. I now told him that, if not that I like this girl, I would have told you to take down this post. What this girl came to my house to do, she even called the police. And then I responded to the voice. I said, you are a liar. I came to your house July 5th/6th. Spyro show that I danced with Spyro that your brother posted on his Instagram story, the video your brother posted on Instagram story was in June. Why are you telling me that what happened in July is the reason you told your brother to take down my story, to take down his story of me in June? She went mute again. Are you listening? She went and I said again, I am about to ask you the most important one. Did you reach out to your brother, my ex-husband's friend, and told him that I confided in you that your brother is unable to satisfy me sexually in bed? My dear viewers, I asked this question using 10 voice recordings. I was asking, did you say it? Did you reach out to your brother's friend telling him that I, Iyore, confided in you that your brother, who is my ex-husband, cannot satisfy me sexually? Did you say it? This girl went completely mute. I said because your younger brother in Nigeria confirmed on July 7th, 2024 that you told him that it was that guy that reached out to you. She went completely mute. That was the end. She did not respond to my voice recordings anymore. She has the recordings, like I said, and I have them too. Over 10 recordings. I was asking this girl this one question. Did you say this thing? She did not respond because at that point she knew that there was no way of escape for her. She has been caught. So these are the reasons why I believe that my ex did not lie on her. She is indeed a manipulator and an abuser, someone that cannot be trusted. And that's why I am sharing my experience about what I went through and how she then turned around to say I was the problem. I was the one that didn't give her brother peace. Even though she witnessed those abuse, she provided support, she twisted stories, she twisted facts. She changed the narratives. So no, her brother did not, my ex-husband, her brother did not lie on her. She is a manipulator. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have learned a thing or two from this story. God bless you. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.